Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of Desi Chale Canada. Friends, I have been getting a lot of requests to create more videos on PNPs or provincial nominee programs. So today I'm going to talk about perhaps the most popular PNP program of all, which is the Ontario Provincial Nominee Program, which is also called the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program. The Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program has a lot of categories, subcategories and streams under it. So it would not be possible to cover everything in one video. But in this video, I would try and give you an overview of all the categories and all the subcategories under the OINP. And I will also talk about the requirements that you must meet to qualify for each of those categories. So if you would like to know more about the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program, then you must continue to watch this. Before we move into the details of this topic, let me tell you a bit about Ontario Province. Ontario is the fourth largest amongst Canada's 13 provinces and territories. It is the country's most populous province and houses more than 38% of the country's entire population. Ontario is home to Canada's capital Ottawa and also houses the nation's most populous city, Toronto. Now let us take a detailed look at OINP, or the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program. Basically, the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program allows foreign workers, international students, and other individuals who possess the required skill set to apply for a nomination to obtain permanent residence in Ontario. The OINP can broadly be divided into three categories: the employment job offer category, the human capital category, and the business category. Let us first take a look at the employer job offer category and the various streams under it. It must be noted here that to qualify under any of the streams listed under the employer job offer category, a candidate must have a permanent full-time job offer from an Ontario employer. The first stream under this category is the foreign worker stream. This stream is open to foreign workers both in and outside of Canada who have a job offer from an Ontario employer in either skill type 0, A or B of the National Occupational Classification list. Candidates eligible under this stream must apply online to be nominated by Ontario government. Let us take a quick look at some of the requirements that you must meet to apply under this stream. To apply under this stream, you must have at least 2 years of work experience in the same NOC code as your job offer within the past 5 years prior to submitting your application. Or if your profession is regulated, then you must have a license to work in that profession before you can apply. You must intend to live in Ontario after you have been granted permanent residence and must have sufficient ties to Ontario to prove this. If you are applying from within Canada, then you must have legal status in the country until the time you are given a nomination. Besides, there are other requirements that the employer and job offer must fulfill as well. The second stream under the employer job offer category is the international student stream. This stream is open to international students in and outside Canada who have a job offer in a skilled occupation at skill type 0, A or B of the National Occupational Classification list. Qualifying candidates must apply online to be nominated for permanent residence by the Ontario government. Let us take a quick look at some of the requirements that you must meet to apply under this stream. To apply under this stream, you must have received either a degree or diploma that takes at least 2 years to complete if you study on a full-time basis, or a degree, diploma or certificate that takes at least 1 year to complete and that requires a completed degree as an admission requirement. Your credential must have been received from an eligible Canadian institution. You must also prove your intention to live in Ontario and must also have legal status if applying from within Canada. You must also submit your application within 2 years from the date that your credential was granted. There are other requirements that the employer and job offer must meet as well. The third stream under the employer job offer category is the in-demand skills stream. This stream is open to foreign workers in or outside Canada who have a job offer in specific in-demand occupations such as in agriculture or construction. Let us take a quick look at some of the requirements that you must meet to apply under this stream. To apply under this stream, you must have at least 1 year of full-time paid work experience in Ontario in the same NOC as your job offer, and this work experience must have been gained within the past 3 years prior to submitting your application. You must have language scores of CLB 4 or above in either English or French. You must have minimum secondary school education. You must have enough settlement funds based on your family size. You must also prove your intention to live in Ontario and must also have legal status if applying from within Canada. Your job offer must be under one of the following NOCs. There are other requirements that the employer and job offer must meet as well. Now, let us take a look at the human capital category. The human capital category has two subcategories: the international graduate streams and Ontario's express entry streams. The international graduate stream is further divided into master's graduate stream and PhD graduate stream. The second subcategory under the human capital category is the Ontario's express entry, which is further divided into French-speaking skilled worker stream, human capital priority stream, and the skilled trade stream. To apply under any of these categories, your profile must be active in the express entry pool. Another requirement is that you must receive a notification of interest from Ontario before you can submit your application. Let us first take a look at the French-speaking skilled worker stream. This stream is meant for people who have French as their primary language and also possess strong English language abilities. Let us take a quick look at the qualification criteria for this stream. The first requirement is that you would need to qualify and meet the requirements of either the Federal Skilled Worker Program or the Canadian Experience Class Program. These requirements would be explained later in this video. You must have at least Canadian bachelor's or equivalent education. You must have a score of CLB 7 or higher in French and CLB 6 or higher in English. You must also have enough settlement funds, intend to live in Ontario after receiving your permanent residence, and also have legal status in Canada if you are applying from within the country. Next stream under Ontario's express entry category is the human capital priority stream. This is the most popular stream and through which most of the immigrants come to Ontario. Both Federal Skilled Worker Program and the Canadian Experience Class Program fall under this stream. Let us take a quick look at the requirements for these programs. To qualify for the Federal Skilled Worker Program, you must have at least 1 year of continuous paid full-time work experience in skill type 0, A or B of the National Occupational Classification list within the last 5 years. To qualify for the Canadian Experience Class, you must have at least 1 year of cumulative paid full-time work experience in Canada in skill type 0, A or B of the NOC within the last 3 years. Other requirements include: you must have at least a Canadian bachelor's degree or equivalent education, must have a score of CLB 7 or higher in English or French, must have enough settlement funds, must prove your intention to live in Ontario after you receive your permanent residence, and must have legal status in Canada if applying from within the country. The third category is the business category, which includes two streams under it: the corporate stream and the entrepreneur stream. The corporate stream is for international companies looking to expand into Ontario or buy an existing business in the province, and the entrepreneur stream is for entrepreneurs from outside of Canada interested in starting a new business or buying an existing business in Ontario. So friends, this was a video about the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program, the various categories and subcategories under it. I also told you about the requirements that you must meet to qualify for each of those programs. I hope this video would be of help to you all. If you liked this video, then please like it and share with other people who may benefit from information given here. For more information related to Canadian immigration and life in Canada, please subscribe to Desi Chale Canada's YouTube channel. So until next time, stay tuned.